Welcome to Nourish Your Soul, where collective consciousness meets to transform reality. Expect a miracle. It really is that simple. All you have to do is to allow it and just relax and just know that it can be through your state of being and who you are. So today I'm honored to bring some special guests on the show. We are going to do a series of conversations in consciousness, and the highest excitement around this is furthering contact. And so I'm with Erin and also with Jordan. So I'm going to go ahead and let Jordan talk to you a minute here about her why and for coming together and doing the first contact with us today.
Thanks, Michelle. So the reason that I really wanted to come on board with doing sharing and trying to get everyone to corroborate and share their first contact stories was because I've just had so many enlightening experience from these amazing beings that we call ETs. Just allowing yourself to bring in a higher vibration. It not only enlightens you to what's no longer serving you, but it also helps you assist you in the purge of certain things that no longer serve you, whether it be, that you had an abusive past and you're trying to let that go, or whether it's just trying to be in your highest excitement and make better choices for yourself, healthier choices. And it's just really amazing what happens when you let in a higher consciousness and you let that enlighten you, the amazing things that you can purge. And that not only applies to us on a personal level, but it also applies to us on like the intergalactic community level and your country's level, wherever you're from, and your town's level, of the processes that we can purge because we realize they no longer serve us, and we can enter this new state of positivity for all of us, just by being willing to let that go and being willing to let in something new. And that's what really excited me about my contact experiences, which started, I started realizing I was having contact around 2010, got going with like 9 years of this, and eventually started to feel like I really wasn't being my true authentic self because I wasn't really sharing all of this. And as soon as we started sharing, we just started having, me and Erin having like memory activations of like, oh, your story reminded me and I just completely forgot this. And like Darryl says, making our contact circle, and just having more and more of that positive high vibration coming in because of that. So that's why I kind of wanted to invite everyone to do the same thing, and it's been going so wonderful so far. I mean, we've got you two, and you two are just amazing at what you do. So obviously it's just been going really well, and my just hope is that everyone will eventually be in a place where we're in the open contact reality, and we'll be purging these things that don't serve us together, and eventually be welcomed into the intergalactic community. So, and then to you, Erin.
Okay, thank you. I am joining this movement because the idea of contact for me it's very expansive, and it's about expanding who I am through relationships with myself, with the earth, and with everything that is in my reality, or that I perceive to be in my reality, and with all of you friends. And I feel like through these relationships that we can release fears that we may have about interacting with each other. And once we release those fears, and we can start to receive the gifts that we have for each other, and we can start having more fun, and we can just accelerate so much more. And that's also going to translate into when we do interact with the extraterrestrials eventually, because we may not realize it, but I'm sure we have some fears about interacting with them. And through that process of releasing fears and negative beliefs about interacting with each other and seeing each other as not being valid or equal, and through realizing that we are all equal and are all valid, and all of our experiences are valid and here for a positive reason. When we reach that state, we'll be able to bring in much more light and positive vibrations and have a lot more fun together and be extremely able to create greater and greater things together, which will result in a natural unfoldment of coming into contact with more and more aspects of ourselves in the intergalactic community. But by that time, we probably won't even care that much because we'll be having so much fun with each other. And so, I mean, doesn't that sound like an exciting path? So that's my motivation for doing this, and I'm really excited and appreciative of everyone who's willing to be bold in acting on their excitement in this way and joining us. It's going to be really fun, as it already has been. So thank you, and I'll hand it over to Michelle.
Absolutely. I love what both of you said. It is about coming together in a new way and speaking from this place of vulnerability and boldness and coming forward. And I just love Bashar. I love the group and the conversation. I'm doing this because I'm very committed to knowing myself, and I feel like that's one of the fundamentals that Bashar, has always brought home in his bottom line message is for us to know ourselves and also for us to see ourselves as equal to them. And I feel like telepathy is a universal language, and it's something that we all have access to. And so I feel like this is a way to expand in our ability to connect with ourselves, with each other, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and to master these tools by us coming together and sharing our ET experiences. I've had several of them, and we invite you to, if this speaks to you in any way, if you're looking for a loving environment to get nourished and to expand your consciousness and knowing who you are, then you've come to the right place. So welcome. And, Bashar's message also that really resonates with me, which is unconditional love is the frequency of the universe. And I totally resonate with that. Love is actually who you are. At the deepest core level, we are these beings of love. And our unique individual perspectives, actually, we all hold a piece of the puzzle in knowing more of ourselves. And so I'm just super excited. I have a lot of love inside me, and I'm just happy to be doing this with Erin and with Jordan. They have huge hearts like myself and are very excited to come together in this platform. And we'd like to even take deep dives into the Bashar tools, some of the seminars that Bashar, the transmissions, and talk about those as well and gain further, understanding and clarity around that. And I also look forward to having special guest appearances like Alan Steinfeld of New Realities will be joining us, and I also look forward to having Darryl Anka on here as well on several occasions. And so it's going to be really exciting. So with that being said, I want to also say that I think this is a good being the first series of all the three of us to introduce the 5 laws of creation by Bashar. So the 5 laws are: you exist, number 1. Number 2, everything is here and now. And number 3, the one is the all and the all is the one. I love that one because that's like basically the one is the many and the many is the one. It's how I like to see it, kind of like Star Trek. With Spock, and he's like saying it to Jim there, and it's like I can see that all these other individuals that I encounter are like reflections of myself, showing me. So it's like the one infinite creator that's being reflected back within myself. And the more that I love myself, then the more I have that reflection in all the different individuals that show up. And then number 4, what you put out is obviously what you give back. And so that, again, comes back to a reflection of how much we're loving ourselves. And then number 5, everything changes except the first 4 laws. And that is really great also because that's a consistent consistency that we can rely on. Everybody likes something to be consistent, right? Well, change is definitely consistent. So it's always going to change. The way we see it is always optional. That's our choice. That's where our power comes from. We can choose to see something as benefiting us and to see everything that happens as a piece of performance art in itself, and just that say, oh, something good's going to come out of this. I know this serves me in some way. I don't know what that is. That's the mystery. I don't have to know it all, and I'm just going to surrender and allow it to show me that what's going to come of this. And so, and out of that, this ecstatic ecstasy can occur, which I'm all about experiencing more synchronicity. So with that being said, do you have anything either of you ladies would like to add?
Just about the last thing you said, I agree with that. Like, you may not know how something is going to turn out, but if you stay in that state of excitement, like that is the mystery, that's the excitement, and that's why we're here, kind of like to unfold that and to uncover that. And when we can stay in that state of adventure and exploration and surprise, it's just really what life is all about to me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I didn't expect, anything to really come out of it. When I started sharing my stories every week, I kind of was like, well, I'm doing this to be my authentic self, so I'm going to do it, but maybe I'll be the only one every week, lone girl. I'm just kind of doing this. And it was so exciting to have, more people come on board, and I do feel like that's exactly because of what you said, of just staying in your state and expecting miracles and staying in excitement and attracting those synchronicities. So I think that's perfect, 100%.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say about Jordan, your stories have really, I think they really increase the probabilities of what is possible in physical reality. Like, they're so
yeah, that's what they did for me.
It's just really entertaining, and really, it's like, wow, those things can happen, and very well written. I really enjoy them a lot.
Thank you.
I think it's
I'm
really
so glad.
Probabilities for other people too, like that can happen.
That's wonderful.
For her. So.
That's just, yes, and that's how I feel, is like, if I can do this, you can do this. Like, I am in no way special. I am just a human being hybridizing just like all of you. And that's exactly what I was hoping, like, that people would see, like, this happens, like, this is actually not crazy. Reality is just as lucid as you allow it to be. And the limitations we experience, they're not set limitations. They're things that are relevant for you, and we can absolutely let those go and experience more miracles, and expect them, like Michelle says. So I think that's just great. That's wonderful. Thank you.
So I invite everyone here to just trust yourself. We're all getting downloads, and this is expanding in our contact and with ourselves, with each other, and with our galactic family. So join in on the fun, and just if you have any questions, or if you'd like to be a guest, reach out to me or to Erin or to Jordan, and you can do that in the comments, and we'll bring it up on the next series that we have discussion. We'll bring up your name and your question, or if you'd like to come on and share any type of ET encounter or experience, we are going to be doing that on a regular basis as well, so stay tuned for that. And unless Erin or Jordan has anything to add, I think that's going to do a wrap for today. Yeah.
All good.
All right, well, lots of love, and have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.